This familiar and busy station hides many layers of history beneath its surface. Mott Avenue, today's 149th Street, Grand Concourse, along with 3rd Avenue, was the Bronx's first subway stations, opening slightly late in 1905 under IRT Contract 1. The station holds the distinction of undergoing some of the most visual changes over the years as the system needs evolved. Construction between the Harlem River and Mott Avenue was difficult due to challenging ground conditions. Originally planned as a tunnel bore, the design was shifted to a deep-cut method. Crews excavated a massive trench from street level, built the concrete and steel arched station, and then covered it to restore the street above. High groundwater in the area required extra measures: an 8-ply waterproofing membrane and an outer layer of brick laid in hot asphalt, forming a sealed cotton structure deep in an outer layer of prickle. The arched tube measured about 50 feet wide and 30 feet tall at the center line, with a 3% sloped platform for drainage. Because the station's approach is approximately 100 feet deep, with the elevation changes from both sides, elevators provided the only access, one of just 3 elevator-equipped stations built under the original contracts. A 4th elevator base station was later added at 191st Street in 1911, followed by additional examples at Clark Street and on the IND. Like their Manhattan counterparts, elevators at Mott Avenue were the primary way in and out of the station. Originally, the station was built to a 350-foot length and positioned further west than today's configuration. Its transformation began in 1913 when the Lexington Avenue Line was transferred from BRT to IRT control. This change enabled the Route 27 plan, today's tracks JA1 and JA4, which link the modern 5 train from the White Plains Road line to the newer Lexington Avenue subway. Creating this connection required breaking through the western end of the original station, where the old arch ceilings can still be glimpsed just west of the current platforms. Here's a look at the abandoned western part of the station, which was used for the Route 27 connector. Here's the Route 27 connector on northbound track 4A. It runs under the Lexington Route 5 main line, slips beneath track 1A for a bit, then bends east to link up with line F, track 3. Due to elevation differences, Route 27 had to be built especially deep, with a sharp curve and steep grade, in order to tie into both IRT Line F and Lexington Avenue Line Route 5. Here are a few views of the connection taking shape. North of the new track connections, the Lexington Avenue Line required additional structural modifications to the original arched station design. To accommodate the new IRT connection, a lower mezzanine was built, piercing the arched roof just east of the station's central walkway bridge. This created a direct link between the lines, but also introduced a box-like intrusion within the original station tube. The Lexington Avenue level opened in 1917. If you haven't already, check out our Route 5 Broadway Lexington series for more background. The station continued to evolve during this period. It was extended eastward with the addition of a second mezzanine and walkway, intended to connect directly to a proposed New York Central station that was never constructed. This link would have connected to the southern side of the east mezzanine. The break between the original tube and the extended platforms is still visible today if you know where to look. On the western side of the station, the curve of the tube can be seen by glancing upward along the wall. The structural differences are also telling. Lighter construction with auxiliary and communications rooms contrasts with the heavier riveted beams that mark the extension. At the far eastern end, the station sits directly beneath the Metro-North right-of-way, a reminder of how this site was shaped by overlapping transit systems, and even projects that never came to be. In the years after unification, more changes followed. Auxiliary rooms were squeezed into the space within the tube, and new cabling was added along the center track. By the late 1970s, the station's original elevators were closed, along with the original station house, now preserved as a city landmark. This created the basic layout riders have known for nearly 50 years, but the station continues to evolve. As of this video, it's undergoing major reconstruction. New ADA-compliant transfers are being added, and elevators are returning to provide direct access to the lower level once again. The mezzanine is also being extended above the tracks. While this blocks much of the view of the original arched ceiling from the platforms, it opens that same historic view to passengers on the new mezzanine level. So, the next time you walk or ride through this historic masterpiece, take a moment to look for its hidden clues from the past. Be sure to like and subscribe to Subways.io for even more station and route highlights.